So the Louvre was robbed, in case you didn't know. Hi, what's up? How are we today? It's Mebby, and there has been a very interesting thing happening on my For You page since the Louvre, the famous Parisian art museum, got robbed about a month ago, and it has been a little insane to watch unfold. So I want to talk about it. So on one fateful Sunday morning, October 19th, 2025, the Louvre was robbed by about 4 people, I think they estimated. And in that heist, they stole about $102 million worth of crowned jewels. A lot of them belonging to Napoleon III's wife, Empress Eugenie. I don't know. It just reminds me of Eugene from Tangled, and I love him. So maybe I would have liked her. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that. You never know with historical figures. They're scary. They stole about 8 items in this heist, and they were supposed to get 1 more, but one of the thieves dropped 1 crown, and that is important information for much later in this video. Just keep that in there right now. Okay, they went into the Apollo Gallery, which is like on the south side of the museum, to steal these gems. And these crown jewels have like thousands of diamonds and sapphires and emeralds and more in them. They're so high valued. And this heist, again, took about 7 minutes, maybe even less. They stole hundreds of millions of dollars. 7 minutes. Hello, I can't even run a mile that fast. So before you ask if they're keeping them, if they're just stealing this bling for no reason, no. They're stealing these items, and they're likely going to break down the jewels, take them, and then sell them on the black market for even more money, which is so awesome. If you want like more breakdown details on all the jewels and all the history behind it, there are so many articles written by journalists, so you can go to check those out, and there are lots of them without a paywall as well. I'm here to talk about Jinzu's reaction to this shit and the lore beneath it. But before we get into the full lore, you could get into my full lore. That was a horrible transition. Anyway, if you're not subscribed already, if you could check down there, hit that button if you aren't already, that would be so freaking awesome. I would love to have you. Now let's get into the logistics of the heist and the energy that crafted a very bizarre, no, actually it's not a bizarre reaction for my generation. I was gonna say that, but this is completely normal for us actually. Anyway, what happened in the heist? About 4 men in broad daylight, 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. Hello. Coca-Cola, hello. I've been waiting to reference that meme. The thieves, dressed as maintenance workers, got a maintenance ladder and like put it up to the window that was the entrance to the Apollo Gallery. I'm using my hands a lot. They put it up to the balcony entrance of the Apollo Gallery. 2 men, I'm assuming, climbed up, broke into the gallery. Some used like screwdrivers to get some of the things out of the case, and others used saws. Just straight up saws to get into the case of jewels. And then after they got the jewels, they hopped on like scooters or bikes. In my head, I think it's the cute little European Vespa scooters, like from Luca, but I could be very wrong. They were probably on motorcycles, if we're being honest. And they rode off into what would be the sunset, but was actually the sun at 10 a.m. And they blended in perfectly to Paris morning traffic. Also, if you're somewhat curious how they were in there for like, what, 7 minutes and nobody came to, I don't know, arrest them? Apparently, the password to the surveillance system of the Louvre is, get this, Louvre. The password is Louvre. What the fuck? I fear that they fumbled that one. Yeah, I fear that is really on someone else. That is, what? Also, apparently only 75% of the rooms in the Louvre have security cameras. I just feel like something like the Louvre would have not only 1, but maybe like 3 security cameras in every room. But that is apparently not the case. Let's just say that security system was not a work of art. But who are our characters of this story? Who blew up? Well, there are 2 halves we could lean on. 1, what happened in real life. 2, the OCs people are making. If you don't know what OC stands for, it stands for original character. If you're confused, me too. We're gonna get into that later. So who are our people involved? 1, not one of the thieves of this, but the detective. This is crazy, okay? An AP journalist was just taking photos, taking flicks of the scene of the crime, right? And there was a group of policemen, and then there was just a young gentleman dressed like this. The whole internet immediately was like, it's a detective. they exist. Hello, Sherlock Holmes. This man is apparently just a random Parisian. He just is fitted out, I guess. There's a TikTok of AP News addressing this.
Shortly after the stunning heist of the crown jewels at the Louvre, AP photographer Thibaut Camus snapped a shot of a dapper young man walking past French police blocking the museum gates.
I decided to take this photo because the guy is really well dressed. He
Period.
sticks to the idea that I have of the museum with all things. He's dressed like end of 19th century guy.
Once the photo went worldwide, imaginations took off. On social media,
Well, yes.
the man became a supposed French detective, even though the AP caption never identified him. One post with more than 5 million views called it the, quote, actual shot of a detective on the case.
We used to meet some real investigators and they are not dressed like this. I think he's not the real investigator.
No.
If he really is among the 100 investigators, authorities aren't saying. Quote, we'd rather keep the mystery alive, the Paris prosecutor's office wrote.
I truly just think that is, you know, a man who appreciates a bowler hat every once in a while. Or a fedora. That's a fedora. Detective. Like, he's just a random citizen, I think, but he looks like he straight up just walked out of Muppets Most Wanted, which is such a good movie, by the way. Can we talk about that? Also, scratch that. Can we talk about... Guys, can we talk about... Guys, can we talk about the new Muppet movie with Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence about Miss Piggy? Ow, way funny about... Ow, what kind of karma was that? I was just talking about Miss Piggy. Anyway, I'm really excited. Comment your favorite Muppet movie below for me. Moving on. On to the thieves. On to the criminals. The true crooks of the crime. Oh, God. There were images and rumors of 2 or 3 of the 4 criminals being released online, and everybody thought collectively, oh no, they're hot. They're not even hot. They fine as fuck. And now everybody's like, why do hot men always commit crimes? This is not good. Stop the bad boy agenda. But fear not. We actually don't know if the robbers were hot because it's not them. Apparently, this was like a reverse Google image search from 2010. The criminals are likely not these hot men that literally look like they belong in a YA horny novel. Like that, they look like that is their home right there. And I know that the like tags on the back of the book, I would not want to affiliate myself with. I would be scared. I don't believe we have any photos of the criminals yet, but there has been an arrest, so there's that. Apparently 2 of the thieves are possibly married, and they say true romance doesn't exist. Like, that also belongs to a YA novel, but that's actually a novel I want to read, so cough it up. The thieves, with their dropping of the crown and also other activities, left 150 traces of DNA. Rookies committed this crime. Rookies broke into the Louvre and stole 8 crown jewels. Okay, that makes sense, because the password was fucking Louvre. That's why that makes sense. This heist was also not a work of art, apparently. But it was still pretty good and still a little badass, you know? I literally felt like Cynthia Erivo. Like, I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know you could do that. But apparently you can do that. I was like, oh my god, that's freaking lit. But anyway, what we know about the possible thieves from what I've seen, most of them are in their late 30s. What this says is don't let anyone tell you that your life ends after your 20s, because it doesn't. You can do great things, even if you're 38. And I have always said that. Put me in a motivational quote book for millennials. I'd eat down. Nothing against you guys. I love you. Mwah. Let me find some actual information on the criminals, because I feel like I didn't explain that well.
38-year-old woman charged in the Louvre heist is the longtime partner of one of the other suspects, a 37-year-old man.
Like, that's tea.
French prosecutors say they live in the Paris suburb of La Courneuve with their child, and that they were able to track them down because the woman's DNA was found on the basket lift that the thieves used to get up to the window that they broke in through.
First Louvre
The
heisting
Paris
mistake,
prosecutor
right
also
there.
says her partner, the 37-year-old man, also denies involvement, but his DNA was also found on the basket lift. He also has 11 previous convictions, 10 of them for theft. And get this, he was convicted in 2015 in the same theft as another Louvre suspect, a 39-year-old man. There was this perception that this crime was put together by Ocean's 11 / National Treasure masterminds. And then we come to find out that according to the French authorities, the suspects are just ordinary basic thieves, two of which are a couple living in the burbs with a kid. Not only did the 37-year-old man and the 39-year-old man commit that previous theft
I thought
together,
he was saying they were like...
live very close to one another.
Never mind.
Both face preliminary charges of theft by an organized gang and criminal conspiracy. And police also say he and the 39-year-old partially admitted their involvement in the Louvre heist. Police say there's another member of the so-called commando group who's still at large. And Interior Minister Laurent Nunez says investigators are also looking for whoever might have ordered the crime.
Oh, so they were like hired. Okay, that kind of makes sense. That like happens in criminal movies all the time. I forgot. You know, maybe they were just doing it for the love of the game. You never know. Midlife crisis, buy Lamborghini, rob the Louvre. Like, people do crazy things in their 30s, such as drinking half a bottle of red wine after a long, hard work day. Sharon, you crazy girl. You stop it. Do you want to rob the Louvre with me? Like, that's a normal conversation to have in your 30s. But what are people doing with all of this information we have received in the past month about this heist? First off, this heist happened like 2 weeks before Halloween. And did people utilize it? Hell, yes, they did. I addressed this a little bit in my little Halloween costumes video, but the Halloween costumes for the Louvre banged. Because I said it once, I'll say it again. If I did not already have a costume planned and I need a last minute costume, that would have been it. I found that so timely and so funny. It served so hard. Yes. If you haven't seen them, let me just show you some. Oh, I love her serving in the background.
Hey guys, I'm here at the Louvre. Quick haul update. I got some really cool stuff. I'm a quick shopper in and out. Didn't have time to read the plaques, but...
Right. And it's like a couple's costume too, because the husband and wife, they did their research. I don't even know if that was released by the time this was happening, but they did their research.
Blow all my friendships to sit in hell with you.
We'll be the greatest. The hangers in the Louvre. Throw back. To the Louvre. That's the song Louvre by Lorde? Yeah. I am Lorde, yeah. Okay, Lorde, peak coming of age. This crime, although it's coming of middle age, it gives peak coming of age movies. So our generation and this song, and this kind of goes into the aesthetics. People were like being like, oh my god, this is so coming of age movie. Imagine riding on your scooter away from the crime. They must have felt so free and young and awesome. I'm studying abroad in a little bit, and yeah, I want to rob the Louvre too. That's incriminating. I will likely not even go to Paris. Why? Because it scares me. I want to see the Eiffel Tower so much, but I also don't want someone to yell at me just because I want a croissant. Me thinking about it now, I feel like my social anxiety would drive me into having a panic attack. So I don't know if that is the move for me at this moment. Maybe I will go. This is kind of convincing me. People literally thought the people who robbed the Louvre walked out of the Louvre thinking, we are infinite. Like, no, I think they scootered away saying, let's get the f out of here, because they were criminals. That's one of my favorite things I've been seeing on my For You page. Like, what do you mean you went on Pinterest for about 2 hours and downloaded photos that looked like aesthetic pictures of people running away from the Louvre? Help me. That's so funny. My favorite person who has been on my For You page since the Louvre got robbed was the man who like makes a bunch of music. I think it might be like one song a day or something. He makes a bunch of music referring to pop culture events, and he made 3 about this one. And when I say they bang, they bang.
The two dudes who
robbed the Louvre
are literally sexy
yes, hell.
I too am depressed that they found the dudes, but I'm grateful for that visual. Steal me, feel me, love me, do me, take me, break me, Eiffel Tower. We need more heists, we need more spice, we need hot guys, we need more crimes. Don't got that rules, don't got that juice, don't got that love.
His smile, I love him.
They knew about cans and they surfaced two silhouettes by the pointy tower.
Oh my god.
Pointy tower.
This is so good. Like, this is, I would stream this on the daily.
Cooks, we need more books, we need hot dudes, we need hot foods, we don't cap our truth. I don't cap our rules, I don't cap about those things.
I love that part.
The two
Dudes who robbed the Louvre are literally sexy as hell.
I too am
Depressed they found the dudes were grateful for this visual. Still me, feel me, lose me, do me, take me, break me, Eiffel, Towie, Towie.
and I say
Oh, we synced up. Oh, work.
tonight.
I love him.
The password to the Louvre was Louvre. Like, who is getting the guillotine? Makes sense.
Those dudes could rob the Louvre.
Cyber security's obscene.
Me, crack me, loot me, Wi-Fi.
Press me, press me. Liberty, equality, stupidity.
Eat.
We need more
Ice, we need more spice.
We need more words, we need more pass. We don't got what to do,
But
don't got
forgot about the
what-
rules.
got what to think. Hack me,
Me, crack me, loot me, Wi-Fi. Tonight. A beautiful reprise, if you ask me. And then if you were wondering, he does have a song reflecting on the fact that the men were, in fact, not the ones who robbed the Louvre, even though the video he made about how sexy they were got 24 million views. And you know what? I'd be a little salty too if I got fooled like that, but he did make an apology.
The two
dudes
we thought robbed
the
Louvre
Louvre.
actually didn't rob the Louvre after all. Apologies for spreading
Fake
news,
news.
but those photos like deserved a song.
They did.
Steal me,
Feel me, love me, oopsie.
take me,
Break me.
sorry for that clerical oopsie.
I love the use of whoopsie.
One of the guys actually posted about it. He said I never had a song written about me, and the other guy passed a few years ago tragically.
Oh,
Sending love to his community.
oh my god.
Feel me,
Love me.
sorry. Thank thee for holding me accountably.
Oh my god. Tonight. Go follow this man, by the way, Jake_amazing. I love him. This is how all apology videos should be done from now on, especially if they're sung apologies. Colin Ballinger, take some notes. Also, what he did was nowhere close to what as bad as you did. Colin Ballinger, just stop. This trilogy is my favorite thing. If you can't tell, I need those songs on streaming right now. Jake, I need to take a peek into your artistic mind. I feel like we could have a really good kiki of me just learning about your beautiful, amazing talent. I want a kiki. I don't think you'll see this, but I do want a kiki with you. Anyway, the peak of what my generation is doing with this information, however, is what I can only describe to be fan fiction. Like, literally there is fan fiction being written, but it's also being like put onto TikTok as well. People have made OCs. I don't know where this started, okay? I tried to track down where this started and I could not find it. I only assume it started from an AO3 fanfiction that got spread around. This is nuts. So you know how I was talking about how that coming of age aesthetic that this heist was giving, apparently? Well, people decided that the people who committed this heist were obviously teenagers, duh, like 17 to 19 years old. Right. That makes a lot of sense. And so people made a whole universe about 4 main characters, and then there's one other one that like is a character in some of them, but 4 main characters. And these 4 teenagers were who conducted and got away with the heist. Let me show you who they are. There's Carlos, who's good with computers and hacked the mainframe. Yay, Carlos. He's 19 and he's Spanish. That's our first character. We've got Brienne. Brienne's important. She's American, she's 18, and she crafted this entire show. She's the brains behind this. Never let anybody tell you otherwise. She's studious and smart, and she planned everything. Again, like I just said. Then we have Evan, who I believe is from Hong Kong. I think that's that flag. He's 19, and he's the mastermind / leader of the group, even though he didn't plan shit. Most important part about Evan is that he dropped the crown on purpose. You know the crown that I mentioned way beginning where I said, keep that in there right now. Okay, people made them dropping the crown a huge plot point in this universe, which is nuts. And it has like, there's drama about him dropping this crown. But Evan dropped the crown and he did it on purpose. Then you have Vienna. She's 19, she's Italian, and she's like Evan's number 2. Very strong, like this says good at fighting apparently. And then here's Lola. She's like the 5th member, and in some of the things I've seen her and others I haven't. Anyway, she's 17 and she did like the distraction. She's also American. So she's the people person. She distracted the guards to let, I'm already blanking their names, Vienna and Evan in. And those are our main characters. That's all you really need to know. Are you confused yet? Awesome. Let me show you more TikToks about this universe. And let me tell you, at first, I believed this. I literally thought, like, I was like, oh my god, they were really that young? I didn't think, like, obviously, like, all this tea and these fake stories were real, but I thought that those were the actual suspects and people were making stories based on the suspects. No, it's all fake. Everything's fake. Nothing you see is real. I'm not real. I'm AI. It's so sick and twisted. So sick and twisted. Are you man enough? Except it's Brienne, Vienna, and Lola being overlooked as the media focuses on the men who perform the heist, right? There were 3 girls behind this and yet everyone is focusing on Carlos and Evan. Bullshit. Brianna planned all of that. Also, get used to the flags and the ages after. That's how you know it's like fake, I guess. That's the key tag to look for when you're looking at one of these Louvre videos. And I find it fucking hilarious. This is a lot. Brienne, 18, comforting Vienna, 19, after she found out that Evan, 19, has feeling for Carlos, 18, and that Evan, 19, dropped the crown on purpose, them having been best friends since childhood. I don't really know what that means. There has to be like an actual fan fiction, right? I'm gonna go on AO3 after this and read it by myself. Right. How Carlos, 19, felt after hacking into 5 middle-aged men's browser histories and blackmailing them into turning themselves in for the Louvre heist. So this is going even more delusional, right? They're interweaving it with real life and being like, yeah, this is actually happening. Those men, they were decoys for Carlos, you guessed it. I swear to God, someone's actually going to believe this shit. And that someone is probably me. They've already fooled me once. Dun 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 bum 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 bum. I'm just gonna say it. I ship Carlos and Evan. Actually, I don't. I ship Vienna and Carlos. I actually don't know who to ship. I'm not really that invested. All I know is there's a love triangle between Carlos, Vienna, and Evan apparently, and that is what caused the drama with the crown. Again, this is different in like every scenario that people make up, but I think Evan dropped the crown. He definitely did it on purpose, but it was either to save Vienna or it was to blame Vienna, like frame her or something. I don't know. See, and that's why I ship Carlos and Vienna. I think you guys need no further proof than that. I literally don't know what's happening. Yeah, Carlos, 19, thinking about the kiss he shared with Vienna. He kind of has feelings for someone else in the group. Gosh, I wonder who that is. Evan. It's Evan, if you're wondering. And Brianna apparently gets no game, even though she planned the whole thing. Oh. When Evan, 19, had to choose between saving Vienna or dropping the crown. So he dropped the crown to save Vienna. In this person's perspective, apparently. I'm still not sure. Okay, answers. So basically, Evan, 19, dropped the crown on purpose to frame Vienna. I thought it was to save her. So the gang would see her as too clumsy and kick her off the team because Carlos, 19, not only likes her, but kissed her. Let me decipher this for you guys. So apparently there is a love triangle, and Evan dropped the crown on purpose to blame Vienna to make people think she was too clumsy to be on their team because, as we know, she and Carlos shared a kiss, but Carlos kind of likes Evan, and Evan likes Vienna. Right, that's what happened. All happened in 7 minutes, by the way, this comment says. That's the Louvre lore. I have one more video to show you guys because they have made a f***ing fandom out of this apparently, because tell me this isn't the type of videos you see in a fandom.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Je porte lunettes soleil.
I have the master. I have the minor.
Oh my god. That is a fandom video. That's like, this character is vibes. So I guess that's how we cope with big world events now, making lore and OCs based off of it and then creating a fandom. I don't know. And yeah, that's the absolutely wild world of the Louvre Heist. If you know more about the Louvre lore than I, please comment down below. I would love to learn. I would love to be educated. And while you're down there, you can hit the like button. And while you're down there, you can hit the subscribe button. The majority of my viewers are not subscribed, so I think we should fix that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I love you. Bye.